Armand stood at the edge of the old city bridge, the place where everything had gone wrong 5 years ago. The cold wind whipped against his face, but he barely felt it. His mind was replaying a night he had tried so hard to bury. His younger brother, Daniel, had been found beneath this very bridge, broken, silent, and dismissed as another tragic accident. The police said he slipped. The neighbors said he was unlucky. But Armand had always known there was more. There had been a shadow in Daniel's final days, a fear in his eyes he couldn't hide, and a name he almost whispered the night before he died, before stopping himself. 4 years, Armand tried to move on, working long hours, avoiding old memories, pretending justice existed somewhere. But the truth never let him rest. And now, with the note that appeared under his door that morning, crumpled, unsigned, unmistakably desperate, he felt everything shift. He's still out there. Someone knew something. Someone had been watching. Armand examined the note again, tracing the shaky letters. Whoever wrote it was terrified. They had risked everything to warn him. That meant the man responsible for Daniel's death wasn't a ghost of the past. He was alive, powerful, and still operating in the darkness of the city. Armand's heartbeat steadied. He wasn't the scared young man he once was. Over the years he had grown tougher, sharper, learning to read people, studying what the police never bothered to investigate. He knew the city's hidden corners, the whispers, the dangerous men who controlled things from the shadows. And tonight, he would begin with the only clue he had, the bridge where it all began. This time, Armand wasn't searching for closure. He was hunting. Night settled over the city like a curtain of smoke as Armand made his way through the narrow alleys of Old Town. Every corner held a memory, a rumor, or a secret people were too afraid to speak aloud. He wasn't here to ask politely, he was here for truth. And there was only one person who collected truths like currency, Barbara Raheel, the blind shopkeeper whose ears worked better than anyone's eyes. Armand pushed open the creaking wooden door of the tiny shop. The air smelled of dust, old books, and incense. Barbara Raheel sat behind the counter, his milky eyes staring into nothing, but his expression sharpened the moment Armand entered. "I knew you'd come," the old man said softly. "The city changes, but revenge never sleeps." Armand placed the mysterious note on the counter. "Who sent this?" Barbara Raheel's fingers traced the edges of the paper. His expression stiffened. "Someone who fears the man you seek." He paused. "Someone who has already paid a heavy price." Armand leaned in. "Tell me his name." For the first time, fear flickered across the old man's face. "You're chasing a shadow that even the police won't touch. A man with power, men, and money. They call him Saka." Armand's breath froze. He had heard the name whispered by street kids, muttered by criminals, buried in newspaper rumors. A man who ruled the underworld with silent brutality. A man no one had ever seen clearly. "Why did Daniel die?" Armand asked. Barbara Raheel bowed his head. "Because he knew something he shouldn't. And Saka doesn't forgive curiosity." Armand felt the ground shift beneath him. His brother hadn't been unlucky, he had been targeted. As Armand stepped back into the cold night, one truth became clear. He wasn't hunting a man. He was stepping into a war. Armand headed straight for the abandoned textile mill on the outskirts, Barbara Raheel's final warning echoing in his mind. If Daniel had learned something dangerous, this was the place he would have found it. The mill had once been a thriving factory, but now it stood silent, its broken windows glowing faintly under streetlights like watching eyes. Inside, dust hung in the air like fog. Armand moved carefully, scanning every shadow. Evidence of recent activity caught his attention. Fresh footprints, a half-burnt cigarette, and a metal door slightly ajar. Someone had been here. Maybe still was. He pushed the door open and stepped into a small office. Papers lay scattered across the desk, but one sheet froze him in place, a list of names. Daniel's was among them, circled in red. And beneath it, another note scribbled in haste: he heard the shipment schedule. Silence him. Armand felt his pulse hammer. Daniel had stumbled onto Saka's operation, something big enough to kill 4. And now Armand had proof. Suddenly, a floorboard creaked behind him. Armand turned sharply, fists clenched. A figure stood in the doorway, hooded, trembling, watching him. "Don't shout," the stranger whispered. "I'm the one who sent you the note." The hooded stranger stepped into the dim light, hands raised, eyes darting nervously around the room as if danger lurked in every shadow. Armand didn't move. "Who are you?" he demanded. The stranger pulled back the hood, revealing a young woman, exhausted, bruised, terrified. "My name is Amal," she whispered. "I worked for Saka, until I saw what happened to your brother." Armand's jaw tightened. "Tell me everything." Amal swallowed hard. Daniel wasn't supposed to be here that night. He overheard Sarka's men discussing a weapons shipment arriving through the old docks. He tried to warn someone. Maybe you, maybe the police. But Sarka found out. Her voice cracked. I saw them chase him toward the bridge. I saw who pushed him. Arman felt his blood boil. Tell me his name. Amal stepped closer, lowering her voice. Sarka's right hand, Khalid. He's the one who carries out the dirty work. And he's looking for me now. A loud thud echoed through the mill. Both of them froze. Amal's face drained of color. They found us. Arman grabbed her arm, pulling her toward the back exit. The footsteps grew closer, heavy, deliberate, hunting them. This was no longer a search for answers. It was survival. Arman and Amal burst through the back exit, the mill's rusted door slamming behind them. Cold night air hit their faces, but there was no time to breathe. Flashlights cut through the darkness, voices barking orders as Sarka's men spread out across the yard. Arman pulled Amal behind a stack of abandoned crates, forcing her to stay low. They won't stop, she whispered, trembling. Once Khalid arrives. He won't, Arman said, eyes hardened. Not after tonight. He scanned the yard, calculating. The men were closing in fast, but they were sloppy, confident no one dared stand against them. Arman used that. As one guard passed the crates, Arman lunged, pulling him down silently. Amal grabbed the man's dropped radio. Static crackled. Target found near the east gate. Khalid is on his way. Arman's jaw clenched. This was his moment. He took the guard's weapon, handed Amal the flashlight. Run to Baba Rahil. He'll hide you. I'll finish this. Amal hesitated. Arman, he killed your brother. Khalid won't show mercy. I'm not here for mercy. Footsteps thundered closer, the unmistakable rhythm of a man who feared nothing. Arman stepped out of the shadows, weapon raised, voice steady. Khalid, your judgment day starts with me.